Hello friends, I'm Rebecca. This is Body Illumination. Welcome. This is our Vinyasa Yin series. Today's class is all about living in uncertainty because we are to a certain degree. And throughout your flow today, you will see some affirmations and quotes from different authors and speakers like Neville, Goddard, Abraham Hicks, the Tao. We can really transform our lives if we embrace that uncertainty and take it as an opportunity to find new strategies and new ways to live, right? So grab a mat, grab a couple of blocks, maybe grab a blanket, and maybe put on a candle or some incense, as long as it's safe, and we're gonna get started right away. Okay, so sit up nice and tall and just take a moment to acclimate yourself to this posture. Sitting in Sukhasana, lift and lengthen from your sits bones. If you feel tightness and you're rounded in your spine, what you want to do is lift your hips up a little higher, and that will help you to shift that postural imbalance. But if you sit here like this, that's not going to help you, right? So sit on the block or sit on a blanket if you need it. Sit up nice and tall. Reach your skull bones up into the sky. Flip your palms, maybe take a mudra if you'd like to, and then set your intention. What is it that you want to cultivate in your practice today? What is it specifically that you want to shift in your life and invite in, or maybe invite out? And so focus on what you want to manifest, what you want to cultivate in your life. Love, happiness. Think about those wonderful things. Peace, faith, love. Hands come to your heart center. One Om. Okay, now from here, I want you to just take your hands back behind you and shift your weight back. So sit back and then sit forward. So I want you to get familiar with the sits bones, your ischial tuberosities, and where they are and what they feel like. And then go from side to side. Just take a moment here. And then again, go forward and back and side to side. And it's nice to move if you're a little stiff, just forward and back first. And then come and sit right on top of those sits bones, okay? So if you need to, you can just reach down and touch them. And you'll feel those two little bony landmarks right there. And then from there, lift up, reach your arms up into the sky, lift all the way up. Bring your hands through to your heart center. And then connect in with the breath. Inhale, reach all the way up. And as you exhale, take your left hand down. You're going to mirror me and then reach up and over through the side body. Come back through the center, come all the way around. Reach both arms up and inhale. Now exhale and take your right arm down and stretch through the side body. Again, reach forward and then reach both arms all the way up. This time, take your arms down into a goal pose. Lift the heart up. Inhale. As you exhale, come on forward like you're in a seated cat-cow and feel those sits bones underneath you. Now, pull the shoulders onto the back body. Inhale. Open the arms up like you have wings, like you're going to fly. Stretch through the collarbones. Again, rounding through the spine, chin towards your chest. And again, open the spine up. Inhale. Big heart opener. And then exhale. One more time through the side body. Inhale, lift up. Take your left hand down, reach and open through the side body. Pull the shoulders down. Stretch in a little bit deeper here. And then you're going to come all the way around. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Shoulders on the back body. Take your right hand down, lift up and over. Pull the shoulder on your back. Breathing here and continue to revolve open. Open your body up. Feel those ribs opening. Come on forward and then reach the arms up into the sky. Hands come through to your heart center. Come on forward onto your hands and knees. Okay, so when we come onto our hands and knees, just check it out. We're going to come into a high plank to start. So hold your high plank here. Pull the shoulders onto your back body. Stay and breathe here. Look forward and down. At any point in time, come into downward dog or child's pose. Now pull the navel in towards your spine. Think about those two sits bones that we were talking about earlier and gently guide them towards each other. That's going to help you to engage the pelvic floor and the transverse abdominis, which are basically, that is your corset, all those abdominal muscles. Press back, downward facing dog. Now pull the navel in towards your spine. Big breath here. Inhale and exhale. Just take a moment, wake up your body, bend one knee and the other. Pull the navel in towards your spine, shoulders on your back body. Hang out here for a little bit. Okay, holding our downward dog, I want you to bend your right leg and your left leg and continue to pedal it out. One knee bends and then the other. Take your time, walk your feet all the way up to your hands, and then just sit in here, hang a little bit, bend your knees, drop your head in towards the earth, let out a nice sigh, and let go of any preconceived ideas you have about your practice today, about your life, about yourself. Just let it all go and just be here now. Really try to embrace this moment. Give yourself permission to let go of everything else, your to-do list, the worries that you think you need to hold on to. Just let them all go. Rest, just gentle shaking of your head from side to side. Let out a big sigh. Bend your knees, roll yourself all the way up to stand. Now let's come to the top of our mat, okay? We're going to take our hands back to our heart center, tune into that intention. Inhale, reach the arms up into the sky. Exhale, swan dive down into the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands come into the earth, step back into a high plank. Now lower yourself down, low plank. Come all the way down onto your belly. Okay, we're going to hang out here for a moment. Drop your forehead down, take your hands behind you. Squeeze your palms into a fist. Now embed the pubic bone. Inhale, lift your heart. And I want you to gaze down your nose. Squeezing, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze those hands together. Breathing. Ujjayi pranayama. And then exhale, lower yourself down, rest your head to one side. And just give yourself a little wiggle. Now slide the hands underneath your shoulders and then take them back towards your ribs as you lift into a very low cobra. Okay, look down your nose. You're welcome to come up higher if you wish. You can come up into a full upward facing, embed the pubic bone down, and then you're going to push forward and through, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Shavasana. Now look forward towards your hands. Step your right foot forward, drop your back knee, untuck your toes. Inhale, come on up and sweep the arms up into the sky. Exhale, hands come to your heart center. Now hang out with me. We're going to take the hands back, so goalpost arms. And you're going to circle the arms forward and then lift your heart a little higher. Do that again. Circle the arms forward. Now cross the arms as you circle and open the heart. And do that again. Inhale, lift and open. Now right arm and left arm. And then hold both arms up into the sky. Lift your heart. Spread those collarbones wide. Shoulders on your back body. And release your hands down into the earth. Tuck the toes of the back foot and bring that back foot up to meet your front foot. Inhale, lift up halfway. Now lengthen through the spine. Pull your navel in. Exhale, bow down into the earth. Bow deeply. Maybe bend your knees. Uttanasana. Inhale, sweep all the way up into the sky. Exhale, hands back to the heart center. Connect them with the heart. Inhale, reach up and back. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. Now lengthen. Again, maybe sweep the arms back. Pull the kneecaps up and exhale, bow. Take the hands into the earth. Step back into your high plank. Lower down, low plank. Now, again, upward facing or maybe low cobra. Lift the heart up high. Exhale, downward facing, Adho Mukha Shavasana. This time, as you hang out here, maybe experiment. Roll onto the balls of your feet for a moment, and then roll back. And do that again. Roll onto the balls of your feet, and roll back. I left some dusty imprints with my feet over there. That's strange. Okay, now let's look forward and take the left leg through between your hands. Drop your back knee, untuck your foot, sweep the arms up into the sky. Now again, goalpost arms. Playing with the arms, you're gonna reach them forward and open, spread the palms, open your heart. Connecting with the hands and the heart. Again, inhale, reach, crossing the arms, opening the heart. Feel the strength inside of you. Connect into that strength. Now, right arm and left arm. I want you to think of yourself as a force of nature, like a windstorm or a snowstorm. Feel that strength radiate. One more time, reach and open the heart. Shoulders on the back body. Take the hands into the earth, tuck the toes of the back foot. Step forward and bow. Now this time, inhale, lift up halfway. Again, sweep the arms back. Gaze is forward and down. Exhale, bow. Bend your knees, sit down low, Utkatasana. Okay, shoulders come down onto the back. Take your hands onto your navel for just a moment, okay? Navel and tailbone. Drop the tailbone down, pull the navel up, and then sit in just a little bit lower. Okay, now reach the arms back up into the sky. Connect in with that breath. Now on your exhale, you're gonna bow. Bow down into the earth. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, hands into the mat. Again, come into your high plank. Either move into a vinyasa or maybe downward facing. So listen to your body. What do you need today? And then hold downward facing dog. Let out a nice big sigh. Okay, now look forward. Come on forward into your high plank, the lower down low plank. Untuck your toes. Now from here, I want you to slide your left arm forward and take your right hand, take it down in front of you and drop your forehead down. Now lift the left arm and the right leg, lengthen, pull the shoulder onto the back body, and then lift, 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 lift. Now, see if you can lift your head and your arm too, and the right arm and the head while you do this. You can drop the hand down if you want to for support. Feel the right glute engage, and then lower yourself down. Wiggle your hips out. Let's do the other side, okay? Right arm comes forward, forehead is down. You can bend the pubic bone down, lengthen through the leg. And then inhale, lift. Reposition that shoulder onto the back. Lift up through the left side. Or keep the arm down, whichever you choose. And then lower yourself down into the earth. Wiggle out your hips. Now, opposite hand, I want you to bring your left arm around and bend your right leg. Grab onto that right leg. Bend and lift. Keep the right arm across your body so it's moving horizontally, and you can push into that forearm as you lift. Now hang out with me. Take that right arm, push into the earth, and roll over. Take the right arm out and just hang out here. Roll back onto your forearm, lift yourself up, and then release. Take a moment, bend your knees, wiggle out your hips. Just stay with me right now. Wherever you are, we're just going through a little journey. Think about it as a trip or a vacation, right? We're not so much worried about getting to our destination, okay? Maybe you're thinking about getting to the volcano. That's your destination. But on your way, you're enjoying all the beautiful scenery, the waterfalls. That's what we're doing as we're moving through these postures. It's a journey. It's an adventure. So roll over with me if you'd like to. Just come on over onto your left side. Open an arm up. Take your time. If this does not feel appropriate, then stay on your belly. And roll yourself back. Lift up and lower down. Wiggle your hips from side to side. Let out a nice sigh. Okay, push into your hands. Come on back. Coming into a child's pose, okay? Reach your hands forward. Drop your forehead into the earth. Okay, now slowly come on up. We are going to come forward onto our hands and knees. Wiggle your hips from side to side. And then go ahead and take your hands down. Press your legs back into your high plank. Press back, downward facing dog. Take a nice big breath here. Let out a big sigh. Okay, now we're going to take the right leg all the way back up into the sky. Bend the knee, open the hip up. Okay, now circle the knee around on the ceiling. Look underneath your left armpit. See if you can see your toes. And reverse the circles. Take the leg all the way through between your hands. Now drop your back knee. Pause here for a moment. Take both hands to the inside of your front foot. Lift your heart up. Let out a nice sigh. Now we're going to take that right foot across the mat, coming in to swan, or the traditional flow, we call this pigeon. And when you're in these poses, just take your time and really investigate what's going on. So we're holding this pose for about 3 minutes. And while you're here, just be patient. The reason I really, really love yin is because it takes me a while to let go. So in our traditional practice, I feel like I can open up, but in a yin practice, I can really, really feel my body shifting. And when I used to go for acupuncture regularly, I was surprised at how when the needles went in my body, that at first, there was a shift, but then over time, I could feel these layers peeling off of me slowly. And that, for me, was very much enlightening, because it's when you don't even realize how much you are holding on to. And that's amazing. That's like an epiphany in the body. When you start to realize that you have this stress that you're holding on to, but you're not even aware of it. So for me, when I'm in a yin pose, it's very helpful to just hold it because I know this is part of the practice, and then those layers start to shift. So join me, come on down. If you want to use a block or a blanket, pad your right hip. You can stay up or you can stay down. Okay, now slowly start to make your way out of this. Come on up, press your hands into the earth, and we're going to tuck the toes of the left foot, take the right leg back, come onto your knees into a tabletop, and just wiggle your hips from side to side. And notice the shift in the right hip and the left hip. Okay, then press back into downward facing dog. Let's take a vinyasa if you'd like to, or hang out in downward dog. Lowering down. Inhale, lift the heart up, open the chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Again, we're going to take the left leg up into the sky. Open the hip now, look underneath your right armpit. Circle the knee around, change directions. And then go ahead and take that left leg all the way up into the sky. Take it all the way through and take it to the outside of both of your hands. And pause here for a moment. Okay, go ahead, drop the back knee down, untuck the toes. And let's heel toe the left foot across the mat. Flex the foot. Take that left foot forward and try to take it so it's parallel to the edge of your mat. Take your hands down into the earth, lift the heart up. Okay, and take your time. Maybe this hip needs a block underneath the left hip. Maybe it doesn't. That's fine. So see what it needs, see what it's calling for. Keep lifting the heart up. And then when you're ready, maybe start to walk down onto the forearms. Maybe start to come all the way down. Okay, now press down into the earth. Let's slowly come out of this. Take your hands down into the earth. Let's tuck the toes of the back foot. Take that left leg back. Come back, downward facing dog. Drop onto your knees for a moment. Coming into a cat and cow. So arch into your cow and then round through your spine. And one more time, come into that cow, a little happy cow, and round through the spine. Then set your hands down, step back into a high plank, lower down, low plank, come all the way down onto your belly, drop your forehead down, wiggle out your hips. Again, let's bend the right leg, grab onto the right foot with the right hand, and left leg, and just stay here for a moment. Now, what I would recommend is that if this is not happening, you're going to kick back, maybe start with one leg, okay? So kick back and lift. If you would like to, you can switch sides, or you can come with me now and hold both legs. Whatever feels more appropriate today. Kick back and lift the heart. And then lower yourself down. Rest your head to one side. Again, give your hips a nice little wiggle. Let out a nice sigh. And see how the body's shifting. Just notice your energy. Take your hands behind you. Interlace your fingers. Press your forehead down into the earth. And then inhale, lift your heart up. Go ahead, lift your legs too. Stay and breathe. Inhale and exhale for 5. Inhale, exhale for 4. Inhale, exhale for 3. Inhale, exhale for 2. Inhale, exhale for 1. Now lower yourself back down into the earth. Rest your arms down. Rest your head to one side again. Wiggle out the hips. And then set your arms down like the goalpost arms we had earlier. Drop your forehead down into the earth. And then lift your heart up. Lift your arms up. Pull the shoulder blades towards each other and your elbow points towards each other. And lift the heart and hold. Inhale. Exhale for 3. Inhale. Exhale for 2. Now squeeze those elbow points towards each other. Lift the heart. Tilt your collarbones upward. Keep your gaze forward and down. And then lower yourself down. Rest your head to the other side and wiggle out your hips. Slide your hands under your shoulders. Tuck your toes under. Inhale, push forward and through. Lift the heart up high. Exhale, downward facing dog out of Mukha Shavasana. Now pause here for a moment. Bend your knees, look forward, step or hop forward. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, get nice and long. Exhale, bow. Inhale, sweep all the way up to stand. Reach your arms up towards the heavens. Lift, bring your hands to your heart into Anjali Mudra. Pause here. Now inhale, reach up and back. Exhale, dive down in towards the earth. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, bow. Now listen, we're going to slide the right leg back behind us. Square off the hips as if you are moving into Dakasana. Okay? So I want you to keep your hands down into the earth, or you can keep them on 2 blocks. Okay? Square the hip, flex the back foot. Then reach the arms up, hold here, and take a moment just to breathe. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Now take the hands down. Take the right leg, bend it, and then you're going to shift your weight back and have a seat. So the left leg's long, right leg is bent. Okay, so you're going to take a moment. We're moving into saddle, but we're only doing one side. So you're going to lift the hips up, bring the knees towards each other. Do that again. Lift the hips up, bring the knees towards each other. And check it out. You might want blocks here. You might want to sit on a block, or you might want a block for support, or a couple blocks for support. Okay. And as you come back, as opposed to hero pose, our knees can come apart in this yin variation. Okay. And then come on back. Feel that nice, delicious opening through your hip. If there's any pain in the knee, then please modify. Okay, now, if you want to go deeper and you have a block, go ahead and remove that block. Keep the breath nice and big and juicy. There's magic in the breath. Okay, now start to deepen your breath. When you come out of this, we recommend starting to move onto the left hip. Take the pressure off your right knee. Extend that right leg. Come onto your back side. Squeeze your knees into your chest. Wiggle out your hips from side to side. And then grab the backs of your legs and rock up, rock back, crisscross your legs, press back, downward facing dog, and join me for another vinyasa if you'd like. Inhale, upward facing, open the heart up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, look forward. Again, step or a little hop forward. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, bow. Bend your knees, sit down low, Utkatasana. Again, bring your attention to those sits bones that we were talking about earlier, your ischial tuberosities. So pulling the sits bones towards each other, sit down deep, and then take your hand onto your sacrum. Pull the sacrum down, and don't tuck under, but try to find that neutral position on the diagonal, okay? Sit in nice and low, reach the arms up into the sky. And now inhale, come on up to stand. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, reach the arms up and back. Exhale, swan dive down into the earth. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, bow. Okay, again, we're going to play with Dakasana here. So check it out. You're going to bring your gaze forward and down and take the left leg back behind you. And just pause here. Now stand strong into that right leg and pause. Take one arm back and then the other, and then tune into your balance. Breathe, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Now we're going to step back into the left foot. Take the hands down, bend your left leg, and then bring your hips back, extending out the right leg, okay? So same thing, only on this side. Okay, so bring the knees towards each other, push your hands down, lift your hips up, tilt your pelvis under, and then decide where you're gonna go. You might just stay here, that's cool, or you might come down a little bit deeper. And come on back. I'm gonna start with the block like I did before. Okay, now from here, again, shift your weight slowly over to your right side so you can lift the leg up slightly, shift the weight onto the right hip, remove any props, take that leg out, and then bring your legs in towards your chest, wiggle your hips from side to side. Let's grab onto the backs of the legs, rock and roll a couple of times up to sit. Now stay up once you come all the way up, okay? Crisscross your legs. You can come to the long edge of your mat, so this will be a little bit easier for you. Grab your blocks if you have them, and we're gonna come and open up those hips a little bit deeper, okay? So if you need to, pad your knees. I think you know where we're going with this, okay? If you want to, you can use your blocks, prop your forearms on your blocks. You're gonna try to get your knees in line with your ankles and your knees in line with your hips to start, okay? And then bring those hips forward and back a couple of times to find that positioning. Then as you shift them back and you find it, start to open the hips up and slide your pelvis towards the earth, okay? Then once you get there, you can start to go deeper if you'd like and take your forearms down into the earth, or you can reach your arms out. But I encourage you to play with your hips, because what typically happens is we shift our weight forward and then come forward onto our chest, and you lose that nice opening through the inner groin. So really play with taking your hips back and being okay. Again, it's a yin posture. We're gonna hold this for a little bit. So being okay with this, just staying here. And then when you decide to go down, maybe take your chest a little bit further back, because your proprioception may be off. And I'm not there to correct you because this is a video. So I want you to do some self-correction. If you have a mirror, or even take your hands onto your hips and slide them down, see if they're in line with your knees. Take your hand onto your sacrum and then measure out from here all the way to your knees. And then take your hands slightly back. And find some quiet in this posture. So find some peace in this pose. Just like we want to find some peace in the uncertainty that surrounds us. Let out a nice sigh and just melt into the earth. Okay, begin to deepen your breath. Slowly come on forward onto your belly. Straighten out your legs behind you. Wiggle out your hips. Stretch all the way back into a child's pose. Take a moment here. Breathe into your body. on up. We're going to turn back to the long edge of our mat and press back into downward facing dog. Take a moment here, pedal out your legs, bend one knee and the other. Again, let's slide the right leg back up into the sky. Take it all the way through between the hands, drop the back knee, untuck the foot, lift the arms up. Exhale, take the hands down and then tuck the toes of the back foot, step the back foot flat. Come on up, warrior one. Exhale, hands come into the earth, step back into your high plank, lower down, low plank. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take the left leg behind you, lift that left leg up. Take it all the way through between your hands, drop the back knee, untuck the foot. Come on up with me, inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, take the hands down, spread the palms wide, tuck the toes, step the foot flat. Come on up, warrior one. Hands come back into the earth, step back into a high plank, lower down, low plank. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now from here, just drop on down to your knees, crisscross your legs underneath you. We are going to start to close our practice. We have just a handful of postures. You're going to extend both legs out in front of you, okay? Caterpillar. We're going to do a variation to start. So what I want you to do is take your left hand down, reach your right arm up into the sky. Exhale, reach to the outside of your left leg and twist. Inhale, get long through the spine, and exhale, bow. And do that again. Inhale, lift. Exhale and twist. If you want to, keep the arm here, or maybe just on a couple of blocks. Okay, you can stay up here, or maybe you're sitting on a block if you're tight in your lower back or your hamstrings or both. Or maybe you can reverse grip the foot and continue to use that left arm as a fulcrum and twist yourself open. Maybe smile softly and stay here. We're only going to hang out for a little bit longer. Continue to twist and then fold. And then release, inhale, come on up. Exhale. And then take your right hand to the outside of your right hip and the left hand to the outside. Inhale, get long. Exhale, twist. Inhale, twisting. Exhale, bowing. And continue with that rhythm with the breath. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, bow. Thinking about your sits bones again, lengthening through the lower back, pulling the sits bones gently towards each other. Try not to tuck under, okay? Remember the tendency to tuck under. I want you to find a slight anterior tilt. And then go ahead, if you want to, reverse grip. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, bow. Okay, now release here. Come back through the center. Inhale, lift both arms up into the sky. And then as you exhale, let's cross the arms in front. You might grab onto your legs, lengthen through your spine, lower down. Inhale, lift the arms up into the sky. Exhale, again, cross, grab onto your feet or grab onto your legs or maybe grab onto the earth and bow. And then just release and soften here, coming into our final yin poses. If you feel that you're really tight in your lower back, I encourage you to sit on your blanket or on your block. Okay, now inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale. Come on up nice and slowly. Okay, we're going to finish with a little heart opener. So if you're doing this in the evening, you might want to make this a little more subtle so you don't invigorate the body too much, because you want to go to bed afterwards. But if it's a morning practice or a midday practice, then take the block between your shoulder blades. Come on back, bringing the soles of your feet together. Now, some of us are going to stay with this. Some of us are going to support our head with a block behind the head, like this. But whatever feels appropriate. You can even take the block on the long end and then just drape your body over it. Okay, you want to make sure you get it right in that juicy spot so it feels good. Oh, this is like heaven. This is the dessert in your practice. Okay, now stay with this, or if you want to, come on over onto one side, remove the block, and come into final relaxation. So in your final relaxation, you're welcome to just extend your legs out, maybe keep the soles of your feet together, whatever feels appropriate for you. Maybe take a blanket on top of you, and just give yourself a moment to quiet your mind, melt into the earth, just like a snowflake on a sunny day. Okay, begin to deepen the breath, wiggle the fingers and the toes. Invite the breath to get deep. And slowly make your way over to one side. Push yourself up to a seated posture. And let's come to a Sukhasana, or maybe sit in knee pile. Take your hands to your heart center. Tune into your intention. What was it that you wanted to cultivate in your practice today? Specifically you. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste. Have a beautiful day, my friend. If you want to check out more of Body Illumination, check out our morning series. I'll show some links above, and check out our playlist, and remember to subscribe and hit the bell. That's really important. Otherwise, you won't be notified of the next videos that come out. And also subscribe at bodyillumination.com. Check out our newsletter and add Rebecca at bodyillumination.com to your mailbox. And it's Rebecca with a K.